Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Knights of Andalia with King Florian, where we are finally invading the north. We've got most of it under siege now. There's a couple of areas that we still need to get under siege. We've got plenty of armies to do that for us, so we will be doing that. Don't know if to do Skagos or not yet, or if to leave Skagos empty for now. Obviously there is the south who are invading the rivers and hills. I'm not sure if all of the south is actually involved in that or not, so I'm just going to have a little look. Yeah, so the reaches are the Stormlands aren't at present, and Dawn instantly went for the Martells there. Yes, Dawn are involved. The Claw? Are the Claw getting involved? No, the Claw are also not involved. I'm guessing the Iron Islands aren't involved. No, they're not. So really they're only getting help off the Reach and Dawn, which is interesting. So we will keep an eye on that, as we are going to get involved with that and try and help out. But first we need to get our own war out of the way before we do that. Maybe when this is about over, we'll raise our southern troops to do something about that. But for now, we won't. So let's unpause straight away. Get straight into this episode. Get these lands sieged down. We are moving our armies from Deepwood Mart. Can we assault Crow's Edge yet, which is the capital? Not just yet. The last half we did siege down. Last river we are... I think we did siege it down. Yeah, so there we go. We can go for the second assault there. Get that under control, allowing us to move this host of 4,000 on to Seal Shore. Iron Wrath not quite ready to fall. It was actually quite strong, wasn't it, if I remember correctly? Yes, it was. Let's merge these together. Let's do a quick assault, get it under our control pretty quickly. We will split that host in half. Let's send the 11,000 onto Shadowmoor. The 9,000 left behind should be able to attempt another assault to get that under control. What about the last half? Pretty well defended still, so we won't be able to do anything about that for now. There is a small host here of Riswell men. Not a great amount. We're at 100%, as I said, but I can't remember if you have to get all of the land under siege and then you can take it all. What? Who are you at war with? The Milkwater are defending against Chief-faced Crowkiller. Invasion of the Milkwater. Is he... the leader? Oh, is he a leader of Antler Vale? Oh, okay. I was expecting it to be the one of the Frozen Shore who was quite powerful, but apparently not. So that's interesting. Let's get these men moving. Lord Illifer of Frosty Shore has declared Grey Cliffs civil war to increase council power on Lord Morgan of the Grey Cliffs. Okay, now that's interesting. 2,000 men, not enough to handle the Greystocks, is it? Obviously, now that Morgan is dead and we've got this... not Morgan, sorry. His father. What was his father? Fearmore. Now Fearmore the Fat's dead. Some of these vassals are going to try and decrease that power, as the Greystocks have become very powerful. Lord Morgan, that hair is absolutely cursed. Hopefully his children will get this nice dark hair of Maya Sevenstar. Or, oh, who is already pregnant? Wow. A difficult pregnancy. Not good. But Greystocks. Never seen the Greystocks so secure. So not all the Greystocks have the Valyrian features, it would seem. Wow. Maynard is very impressive. Who's his educator? Maester Oswin. Can we get someone better for you? Very good in Marshall. You've got an education of stewardship, which is rather annoying, considering you're not great at that at all. Stupid game. Let's see if we can get a guardian for you. Somebody. Don't really want to send you to stewardship, because that's a bit annoying. Can we send you to... Who could we send you to who's going to do a good job? We could send you to Danish Royce, but I'm pretty sure he's already got to. Let's send you to Walder Rosehart. Why not? Boltons have called up their manpower. Who are the Boltons? They're also attacking Lord Morgan of the Grey Cliffs. Okay, so that's interesting. Rhaena, whoever you are, has died. She has a child, Celise Snow. Oh, is that his lover? Yes, so Lord Maynard's lover has died. Pretty decent. So he does have a bastard daughter with the attractive trait as well, so that's interesting. May you live in harmony and contentment. I gladly accept the guardianship contract. Perfect. He's not asked us to get involved. We'll leave that for now. As much as I love the Greystocks and they've been a great house, it wouldn't be the end of the world if they were weakened ever so slightly, because they have amassed a lot of power up here in this huge double High Lordship, as well as a land towards a third High Lordship. So yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world if they were to just be took down a little peg or two. What have we got here? Want to marry our daughter. Which daughter? Princess Violet. I'm going to decline. So Princess Violet doesn't have a match yet. Lyanna does, doesn't she? Yeah, Kyra's already married. Lyanna is betrothed to the Umber. Why do you not have an education? Unless that's just about... Oh, it's literally just about to pop up. That's why you do not have an education. Very good in learning. Good in martial. Good in stewardship. What have you got? So you've got haughty, which is good for martial. Brooding, good for intrigue. And timid, good for learning. Fussy, good for stewardship. Idolizer, good for learning. So you're probably best at going for a learning education, which we cannot do, unfortunately. So the next best, maybe the stewardship then. Well, it's pretty even all round, isn't it? So you're good in martial, and you're already a trained fighter. So yeah, we'll go for martial. You're going to go live with the Umbers. So yeah, let's go for that actually. So then Violet is your twin. Ah yes, you're the twins, aren't you? Who needs an education focus as well. So we've got haughty, martial, diplomacy, learning, stewardship. So we've got to go for learning for you. I can't do anything about it though. Princess Violet, we can actually send you to the Sept of the Faith of the Seven. Send Princess Violet to the Sept of the Faith of the Seven, so that she eventually may become a Septon. You've got very good traits to do that, to be fair. None of them are turning into adult traits yet. It would be good to give you that learning education, but considering we can't, what's the next best? Stewardship, learning. It's all learning, isn't it? Learning, diplomacy, and martial. It doesn't really matter which one we go for other than learning, which I really want to be able to give you, unfortunately. Oh, you've got decent intrigue. You've got shocking stewardship, actually, so we aren't going to go for that. Intrigue, maybe? I don't really want to go for the intrigue, but we've already got Pia who's good at that. The diplomacy is not great, but I don't think we have a diplomatic... We'll go for diplomacy, why not? Let's design a guardian for you. Someone with good diplomacy. Lady Redfort. Yeah, let's send you to Lady Redfort. Any other children about of age yet? I think the next one in line is then Lister, isn't he? Who is 10. His educator is Maester Simon. Simon, sorry. You're good at martial as well. So let's get you a guardian now. Someone decent at fighting. We could then use Lord Belmont. He's a decent commander. We're obviously need someone who can... we've got Guy Mudd. Yeah, let's send you to Guy Mudd to be warded. One of our friends, so yeah, probably a good idea. Adadel is about to fall. Perfect, let's go for the assault. That should fall easy enough. Can we assault in Pine's End again? Yes, we can, so that gets that under control. We'll spend... once it finishes, we will, of course, spend highly on our daughter's education, on both of our daughter's educations, even though that is going to massively debt us up, but this war will hopefully get us out of debt once it's over. Right, so we've got you now that can move. Let's move you on to... Where would be a good place to move you? Don't really need to move you to... Oh, the North Road. Haven't yet took the North Road. And House Sevenstar has called in a favour on Robin, whoever Robin is, and the Siege of Ironrath has finally fallen. That's only got one province, really. I expected more. There is an army of 3,000. Let's meet them in Kingsgrove. Crow's Edge, can we assault? Oh, no, it's quite well defended, actually. Seal Shore, how well defended is Seal Shore? Not very. With the, oh yeah, the blue beard and haired Liddle. Was he a Liddle? I'm pretty sure he was a Liddle, wasn't he? Which was a bit random, but there we go. Perfect, that has now fallen. Yeah, let's go for Skagos. Why not? We may as well while we're here. Can't assault just here yet. Your Grace, for too long. Yeah, I don't know who you are. I don't know who that is. And I could not care less. Adadel has fallen. Let's move you on to Crow's Edge then, just so we can get that under control a bit quicker. Shadowmoor. Wow, pretty well defended, actually. We'll take care of that Riswell host, and then we'll move this army round to help at the last half. I can't imagine Skagos being too hard to bring under our power. Whoa, who are the Lancers fighting against? They are attacking King Desmond the Careless in Andalian War for Castle Deepwood Lordship. Okay, so why is it saying they're independent then when they are actually bringing their men north? Maybe it had something to do with when their lord died. I'm not too sure. 17,000 versus 15,000 Dark. Wow. The Darklings may actually be able to hold off the Lannisters on their own. Do you know what? We will offer to join this war. Let's do that. Because looking at the manpower they've got there, we could literally call up our Riverland host, and that would probably be enough to help them. Lord Ronald of Oldcastle accepted Lord Morgan of the Grey Cliffs' call to arms for his war. Okay, so the Blooms are 7,000 men. That is ridiculous from one province. The Blooms are going to help them out, which is interesting. And Marjorie is pregnant yet again. popping out kids like mad. Could be her last one. To the affable Blade Master Florian, peace with you. I gladly accept your offer. Right, perfect. So, 15,000 men. Let's see what we can call up from our Riverland vassals. Wow, 2,200 men from Willowwood. Now that is impressive. Backward Vale, Turnbridge, River Run. All of you guys. Willowwood has the best supply limit, I believe. Ohio actually has a good supply limit, doesn't it, as well? But yeah, we'll meet up in Willowwood. We didn't call the Mud Army up, did we? Or the Crossfort. Insane amount of manpower. That'll be more than enough. We will literally just send the Riverlanders in. The Vale had a war not long ago, didn't they? Where they got a bit of action. So yeah. We'll send the Riverlanders in. We'll probably send them in under Guy Mudd. Let him take care of that for us. Right. Last half, can we assault again? Nah, I'm not going to risk it. We may as well wait until we've ground it down. The Lannisters are slightly winning that. We'll move this army onto Ironrath to meet the Briswell host, who have now marched in an opposite way. Wow, Boltons are strong. My wife seems to be going through a particularly harsh pregnancy. I will tell my wife to take leave for her pregnancy. Yeah, have a nice rest. Oh, and we have one child lacking a focus. Prince Stefan. Well, it's got to be Marshall, isn't it? Let's go for struggle. Got to get to Crow's Edge pretty quickly. Shadowmoor. Yeah, still pretty well defended. Thankfully, my wife has taken advice to heart and decided to spend the last months of her pregnancy in seclusion. Lord Wergle of Pebbleton has declared Lord Weggle's Pebbleton war for blah blah blah, something in the Isle Islands I'm not overly bothered about or concerned. Right, there we go. Got 14,000 there now, which probably is enough to assault, but we'll bring it down just slightly more. So we are going to have a... Oh, the Lannisters are going to have a bit of a victory there by the looks of it. I don't think there's any river crossing or anything like that in the advantage of the Darklings. Oh, wow, and here's the Garden host as well. Hopefully it won't give them the 100% and we can get in there to help out. Why is Florian suddenly leading this host? We will put this under the control of... Do you know what? We'll put Ambrose. Wasn't Guy Muddy one of our commanders? Could have sworn he was. We'll put some of our other guys down here to let them get blooded. Florian's busy in the north. Did lose that. Luckily they didn't lose too much manpower, so hopefully we can help out there. House Sevenstar brought another favour. He's buying a lot of favours lately, it would seem. Siege of Felbar was a success. Right, can we... Right, how well defended is this? What is this army here? A army of Burst of Skagos. Okay. We'll assault that. That's an easy victory for us. And the last half fell. Now it's just for the Godswood with 94 defenders. And they've got one more, and then that's the last half under our control. King Thomas Lannister issued a call to all his subjects, asking for a Dragon Rider. Getting fed up with those Dragon Rider and their bullshit. Let's merge these together. They should be able to win that now. Perfect. Let's not march that host there, actually, because we've got 7,000 here. Let's put Florian in control of that. Get him to take care of that host. They do have a slight advantage there. Let's get another commander in just to be safe. We'll go for Walder Rosehart and Lord Belmont. These 11,000 can march onto Shadowmoor. The North Road. Surely the North Road can't be that strong. A little bit strong. Not a huge amount of manpower. Let's assault yet again. Perfect. And you want to betroth to our daughter. Who are you? Where are you from? No idea, but decline. Right. Last half, we'll assault in 6 days as soon as we can. Has our Riverland host amassed yet? Almost. Wow, it's going to be 30,000 strong. That's a lot more manpower than I was expecting, if I'm honest, down there. Hi, King Florian. After listening to the advice of a group of my bannermen, led by Lady Cynthia Corbury of Heartsholme, I hereby relinquish my position as Lord of the Fingers in favour of Lady Cynthia. Now, that is strange. So, you're no longer my Hand of the King, it would seem. Not Hand of the King, my diplomacy, and the Corburys are now back in control of the Fingers. He's voted to do that himself. If that's what you want to do, you've gave up the best position you've ever had, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Right, we need a new Master of Laws. Well, we can't go for the Oxford because obviously he's just going to go back to being a vassal again after that war's out of the way. We do have a Waynwood, and we have just a random courtier, Rogar Knollwood. We don't really have a great variety of diplomats, it would seem. We've lost several. None of our children can do it either yet. Do you know what? Let's have a little look in our realm. Who is the best diplomatic character in our realm? A Hornsby, Lady Redfort, who we can't use. Wow, the Durandon Lord. Why can we not make you our Master of Law? Because you're pretty decent. There's not many about, is there? Bella Sevenstar and Mistlewood. Why can we not have Lady Redfort? I thought that you could have female Master of Laws. So, not sure we can't have her unless it's because we're at war at present. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure you can have female Master of Laws. So, we'll sort it out after the war. We're not getting claimed or anything at present anyway, so we can afford to wait. Right, yeah, moving that army over. That's under control. Will I suffer a penalty for that? Yes, we will, so we'll stay where we are for now. And we'll move over the last half host to help you out over on Skagos. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's move over the last half host then. How are things looking in the south now? There we go, 30,000 men. Let's march over and start helping out then. Might need more manpower down south. Might need to call up the Vale forces. Don't want to spend too much manpower if we don't have to though for now. Can we assault the North Road yet? Almost. By the time this host gets there, this host in Shadowmoor, can we attempt an assault? Might be risky. Let's send these 6,000 on Shadowmoor. Lord Paramount Half of the Shield of Pebbleton has declared Lord Paramount Half's claim on Cape Kraken. Oh, okay, that's not good. Or is that actually him here? No, it's not. So the Iron Islands are trying to invade the Lance now, which is not good. But our war will be over before then anyway, so it should be fine. Mistress Jane of Erinford has declared Mistress Jane of Erinford's war for the Crone's Crossing on Lord Elmo. No, I don't think so. And she has decided to step down, thankfully. And we can assault here yet again. He is offering peace. Bless when you're in your house, we surrender under these terms. Blah 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 blah. Decline for now. I'm going to wait until we've got every last bit of the north under our control. How are we looking down in the Riverlands? We are losing manpower. Let's take on. Oh, that's a lot of man. We're gonna need more manpower. We're gonna have to call in the Vale forces, aren't we? We are gonna need more manpower definitely down here. We might need Florian himself down here as well. Meet in Willowwood. Let's get those down south as well. Not you. You just go to High Oak for now. Could be bad. We might not get down there in time. Let's have a look. What's the war score? 51%. That is not good. The Lannisters are struck much faster than I expected. We do have a lot of ships up here though, so we can bring down our northern armies as well. Do you know what? We will call up our fleets ready for that, so that we can bring those armies south as quickly as possible to try and help out. Not good. It's not going to work out well for us if they do manage to take that land back. And after we've put them in their place. So all of these ships, if you can sail to Greyhold, that would be great. Harbert Dirt is now known as the Shadow. He's very impressive intrigue-wise. I feel sorry for him, because if it wasn't for the fact that we've got Winton and Pia, he would be like the next in line for the Spy Master, but he's not going to get that role just because we've got such good other Spy Masters. Peace be with you. We propose that Lord Titus of the Stormlands and Princess Violet of Andalia should be betrothed. Oh wow, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be insanely interesting. Would it be a bad idea? Probably. But it could split the Stormlands away from the south. We can get an alliance there. Bring Erenstar and Sevenstar together. Let's do it. That could be a huge mistake, or it could be a mastermind, like a stroke of genius if we can get an alliance. He's not willing to go for an alliance just yet. Maybe if we can send him a gift and we can get that alliance. And we have had a daughter who has been born sickly. We keep getting a lot of sickly children, don't we? We don't want to go for Winifred. That's an awful name. Could name her after her mother, Marjorie. I don't think we have a Marjorie, do we? Grandmother, Morel, Marjorie, Morel. Random ancestor, randomized name. We've already got a Kyra. Do you know what? Let's name her Marjorie after her mother. And at age 17, your subject Kenneth Oxdog was beheaded on the orders of Lord Maynard of the Grey Cliffs. Ouch. Maester Simon is worried about my newborn daughter, Marjorie. She's a feeble thing. You must attempt to save my daughter. And your friend Lord Illifer Oxter has been captured by Lord Maynard of... Lord Morgan, sorry, of Greyhold. There we go, we've got our fleet there, ready and waiting for those troops to get them south. We've only got to take that last island now. Right, let's have a look how it's minus 50, so our troops may get there in time. 30,000 here. But you know what, let's send them onto the Godfall. Let's connect them with this Duskendale host and see what we can do. And we're going to get... Let's get Florian down there. He wants to fight the south. He missed out last time, didn't he? So let's get our best, the best of the best of our commanders in there to help out. The Vale host are nearly amassed as well. They're nearly ready to be picked up. Perfect. And Simon has done it again. Yet again, he has saved one of our sick children. I feel bad now because I really wrote him off when he first took over from our last maester, but he's been amazing. Lord Morgan of Grey Cliffs revoked the Lordship of High Point from Enger Brightmire. Okay, that's a worry. Lord Morgan of the Grey Cliffs has created the title High Lordship of the Strangers Hills. Okay, so the High Lordship's actually been made again, so he rules in High Point, so the Brightmires have been usurped. Lord Theon of the Dreadfort has been captured by the Grey Star. Oh, wow. Now, that is one hell of a move from the Grey Stars. They seem to have won that war. And won it convincingly as well. Very convincingly. Prince Stefan is not well. He has the flu. We'll call for opposition at once, of course. And there we go. We can now offer peace and enforce our demands up on the north. High King Florian the Eagle has usurped the title Lordship of Crow's Edge from King Desmond the Careless. The Andalian War for the Castle of Deepwood, Lordship of Acorn's Grove, Lordship of Last Half, Lordship of Crow's Edge has ended. We've successfully seized the Lordship of Last Half after defeating King Desmond, Riswell of the North. Shall this territory be attached to the personal domains of Sevenstar? No, Lord... Wow, he is wounded. He will now swear fealty to me. We've successfully seized the Lordship of Acorn Grove after defeating King Desmond, Riswell of the North. Lord Ellard Glover shall swear fealty to me. Lord Theodore Glover shall also swear fealty to me. God, he's got one little title left. We didn't get... Oh, we got some of Skagos, but not all of it. They have managed to keep the tiniest little bit because the north hasn't yet been destroyed, which is a bit annoying, but we'll invert that fleet. Let's sail over to there. We will get this back at some point. I've got some moving around of houses here to do off screen as well that we will do because we've got several random houses. But look at Andalia now. Absolutely beautiful. Lord Dudley of Great Desert ransomed Engar from the clutches of Lord Morgan of the Grey Cliffs. No idea who that even is. What the hell are they doing with Dornish prisoners? I will never know. I caught my ward Merribold lying to me again, straight to my face without batting an eye. I almost had an innocent servant sent to the stocks. He could gain Deceitful. He could gain... yeah, we'll let him keep that. Right. We've got our 30,000 men here. Yeah, let's march over and help that Duskendale. Help that Darkling army. 30,000. And the wars have subsided for now. That's a little bit frustrating that they've actually kept that tiny bit of land, and we're not going to be able to go to war with him or anything because we're now going to have a truce again. Hopefully he doesn't live for much longer. The war is ended. Jewish to reappoint the old council. Yes, can we now employ a better Master of Laws? No, still not. So we'll go for Lord Waynwood then, and we will get you to improve diplomatic relations with House Umber, our new vassal. Why not? Our second host is almost ready as well. A son was born to Sir Athos Highoak and Princess Kyra of Andalia, named Edmund Highoak. Perfect. Another grandson. Great news. Are we going to get there in time to help in that battle? I hope so. We've got 30,000 here as well, so if not, they're on the way as well. Winter Firehand has had Iron Hand added to their treasury. Okay. And embark the fleet, and let's sail south to join this to the rest of the host. We'll sail it to High Oak. Now we can actually concentrate on what we're doing down here. Yeah, we're not going to make it there in time, but that's fine. We are going to meet an army in. Apparently there's going to be a battle in High Heart. Well, we might make it. We might just make it before they have to retreat, hopefully. Even if not, we are going to be able to win that battle. Crush some Southerners. Yes, we made it. Literally just in time. And we've now slaughtered that Gardener host. Time to send the lions running back to the hills of the west. Well played. And it's turning colder and colder. The people of Crow's Edge can no longer work the field, so winter is upon us yet again. One child lacking a focus. Prince Colmar. Very good in diplomacy. So we'll go for that. And there we go. A great victory. Let's lift the siege of Acorn Hall. And let's go destroy that Lannister host as well. We have got our other host, which is slowly making its way down here. Young Merribold seems to trust everyone, lacking any notion of the evil in men. He can only be himself. He gains a trait trusting, which gives him 1 diplomacy, or charitable. Charitable, much better. Much better. 20,000 here as well. Let's send them on to the God's Fort. These 35,000 still making their way south, that's fine. The wall is under assault and the Night's Watch is hard pressed to defend it. Who are you at war with? Defending against High Chief Ron Widowmaker. An invasion of the Night's Watch. Yeah, we're going to have to go and help with that as well then, aren't we? Now that we actually do border the north. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. The battle had seemed to be going well when a shadow blocked out the sun. Malarish Mizirif descended upon the field. Please don't have a ridiculously good dragon. It's a 15. Oh, fuck. Run, you fools. All is lost. If it bleeds, it can be killed. That could be a very silly thing. Then again, his personal combat skill is only 50. Our personal combat skill is 90.
Forward! Show them the might of Andalia. Make them regret. Make their wives weep. Make their sons vengeful. Florian shouted out at the front of the field, sword and shield in hand. He once more led his men into the field against the Lannisters. They had dared to try to retake what he took as punishment from them. The Dustlangs existed because Florian willed them to exist. They would continue to exist because Florian wanted it so. Not because some lion had finally shown his claws, rather than being a stray cat to be kicked around. Mother's Mercy cleaved through a man with a violet unicorn sigil on his shield, yet proving no match for the Valyrian steel blade that Florian wielded. They were winning this battle on all fronts. He could see the cavalry of Ser Jorma pushing through a line of Gardener pikemen through his helm. His own infantry had made great advances, supporting the Darkling forces that had been engaged previously. With a loud charge, Florian continued his charge. The swing of his blade met the neck of a knight, with a prancing fall on his surcoat, befitting for a man serving the Lannisters. Blood gushed out of the wound as Florian pulled the blade back, raising it to meet the incoming strike of another man with a bright red apple on his shield. The king pushed his blade away and made wide swings with his own, forcing the other man back. Mother's Mercy cut through the shield and into the man's torso, Florian calling for his men to push forward. But there was no need, as he saw the men before him crumble away and begin retreating before the Andalian force. Men stopped their fights, raising weapons up in triumph and filling the sky with shouts of victory. Florian followed them, raising Mother's Mercy into the sky. Once more he had won. Once more he had shown why he had made Andalia into the greatest kingdom in Westeros. In this moment of victory, he shouted up to the sky. The sky answered with a roar. Silence fell over the host as the roar was heard once more, louder than the combined screams of the army. A roar so terrible and powerful that it had come from nothing normal to Westeros. Florian began to hear the shouts of terror and panic, men pointing up into the distance. For a moment, he did not see why they made all the commotion, but then he saw the spot in the distance growing larger and larger. It came over the hills and the horizon, mighty wings flapping once, then twice, creating enormous gusts of wind. A white spectre like one that had risen from the pages of myth and legend. Another scream and more men began moving around in panic. It came closer and closer. A gigantic beast, the very image of all evil to Andalia, a white terror, a demon of old, a threat that came to haunt the Andals again. A dragon. Florian was broken from his trance by the voice of Ser Alistair atop his horse. "My king, what are we supposed to do? My king, what do you command?" Turning towards the skilled knight, Florian raised his helm. "Get the archers into position. I want them all to fire. One lucky shot may very well kill the beast. Go, go, go!" The knight rode off, Florian lowering his helm again and turning towards his men. "Gather your spears. We will impale the beast upon our spikes. 1,000 golden stars, a Lannister for his bed, and a lordship for the man that kills this creature." Those words looked to restore the vigour of some of his men, gathering spears and raising shields. Florian made sure they moved around, making the devastating effects of dragonfire less effective. Above him, the wave of arrows was launched towards the dragon, hundreds darkening the sky, but the white terror flapped its wings twice and flew upwards, no arrow piercing its skin. Then the dragon descended with terrifying speed, some men already retreating at the sight. Florian ran around and made to move away from the creature, his helmet tumbling off during his run, but not all proved so fortunate. The dragon opened its great mouth and unleashed a torrent of dark blue flame, scorching the men it caught. Spears were thrown, but they mostly just grazed its scales, or the dragon dodged it completely. It again unleashed its flames, screams of pain and terror filling the air, along with the smells of burnt grass and torched meat. And when it came to the screams of new men, hundreds of Lannisters appearing above the hills and charging at him. Some retreated, and while Florian prepared his own men to stand, he heard hundreds of hoofs charge past him under the command of the Silver Veil Knight, the aged veteran lowering a lance with his silver lion at the forefront of this host. They only did so much, and Florian could still hear the terror and screams of men all around, many breaking and fleeing. Florian, for the first time in so long, was truly scared. Scared of death, scared of what was to happen, and scared of the beast. He and his father had built his realm back up and made it great once more. Was it all to fall now due to something he could not control? He would not have it. He had faced a dozen threats and conquered every one of them. He would do so here as well. He was a king, a 7-star, a man to break the lions. Damn them if they thought a dragon would scare him. Turning towards his men, he clanged his shield against his sword to catch their attention. One by one they gathered, Florian walking amongst them while they formed up. "Men of Andalia, hear me! Hear me now!" he commanded, stopping the clanging and continuing his walk. "We are the men of Andalia. We have faced all, from krakens of iron to lions of the south, and all have crumbled before the 7-pointed star. Will you flee now, for the gods have given us a new challenge?" He stopped and seized a man by the collar before letting him go again. "I thought not. Will you run back home and tell your families of how scared you were? Or will you stand with me now and turn back this threat? Our ancestors fled from the dragons, and they have come here. They are creatures, and I admit, terrifying ones. But they still live. They still bleed, and they die. It kills our friends, and they expect us to crumble. I say let us show them that Andalia fears nothing. We feast on a dragon tonight." Shouts of jubilation and variations of cheers for the king. Under command of several knights, they formed a wall against the encroaching Lannisters, but Florian did not join them. Rather, to the white terror that had formed a circle of corpses around it and was enjoying itself on the dead, occasionally unleashing its torrent blue flames. Florian placed Mother's Mercy back into its scabbard and picked up a spear from a corpse. He began to run, spear and shield in hand, toward the dragon. He was King Florian 7-star, a knight of the 7, a champion of sword and axe, a general and leader, the greatest in a dynasty of greats. He would not be cowed so easily. He continued his run and heard some men calling him back, yet he ignored them. He ignored them all. The dragon was distracted by some that were being engulfed by dragonfire and screaming in terror as flesh was being melted off its bones by the scorching heat. Florian got closer and closer, raising his spear, and he threw it. He pulled out Mother's Mercy as the spear missed the dragon but impaled the leg of the rider, who screamed and turned the dragon's head, who was now beginning to face Florian with its fire coming closer and closer. Florian raised his shield and continued his run. The flames began licking at his face and shield. They scorched and marked him, yet he had finally reached the dragon. With one mighty swing, his sword cut across the dragon's stomach and caused deep red blood to begin gushing out. The dragon screamed and roared, flying up and up. Florian collapsed due to his burns and wounds, the pain now seeping in, Mother's Mercy falling by his side. He was in pain and exhausted. He needed to see a maester, but he was paralysed by the pain, until men ran past him and someone took Mother's Mercy and helped the king back up. He could hardly see anything as he was carried somewhere. He looked at the man that was carrying him, hearing the clamour of battle behind him. "Ambrose," he managed to say before his world went to dark.
What madness let you think you could defeat Silvian with a sword? You failed and will now pay the price. I have been grievously burned, but we haven't died somehow. Somehow we have not died. What the hell are the Lannisters doing with a dragon? We have been burnt. I don't know why we attempted it, but we didn't die. That's the main thing. We are going to lose that battle now. That's very annoying that the Lannisters have a dragon. I wish dragons had stopped coming to Westeros, because that is so frustrating. So frustrating. That's took a big chunk of our host as well. A huge chunk of our host, in fact. So frustrating. Right, what else have we got here? We've got this host still coming down. Let's dock those in... Where can we dock those? Let's dock them in salt pans. 20,000 here as well. They're almost there. Still got our 35,000 here as well. How much of a difference it's going to make, I don't know. We're still at minus 36. Shame that we can't just go and siege Casterly Rock, but never goes well, does it? And we have a Septon who's offering to come. Wow, you're pretty good. Yes. We'll take you on board as our new Septon. You're decent. And looks like we're going to lose the lance as well to the Ironborn, which is rather frustrating. See if we can get there and help that Darkling host in time. We should be able to. We've got 20,000 there. We've got 35,000 there making the way. And we've got another 31,000 there. So we should be okay. 56,000 men there. Perfect. And you're great. I write to express my consternation at the fact that Harris barely enjoys command of your armies when I should. You're not bad, to be fair, but we're not going to go for that for now. We've got our best commanders in control. We've managed to win the battle of that. Merge this host together. Let's assault quickly, and then we need to split this host back up because we have way too much manpower in one host there, and we'll be at 27 to one more assault. Prince Ambrose of Andalia has inherited the lordship of the Gates of the Moon. Okay. Right, this host, is that Lannister host going to attack us? Possibly. Do have 22,000 here as well. Just march those to there. Could ambush. Is this marching to high art? Because if it is, could all meet it there, which we will do, but we will end the episode here for now before we surround a Lannister host of 26,000 men with over 100,000 men, as well as the Darkling host, which has retreated. Cowards. But yeah, we'll end the episode there. Poor Florian. I hope he pulls through. Not a great way to go. Thank you all so much for watching as always. I hope you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the Knights of Andalia.
Piss off, all of you! Florian roared from his bed at the gathering of maesters around him, who moved back, heavily bandaged and the pain still searing, only dampened by the milk of the poppy. The king sat upright. He had been out for days, and now was finally back to his strength, only to find maesters herding around him like a flock of chickens. His eyes settled on Prince Ambrose across the room, not caring much about the burns. Let them know of his valour. Let them be reminded. His lips slowly moved into a small smile. You saved me, my boy. That I did, but the battle could not be won anymore. I chose to retreat and regroup and save you rather than make a long last stand. Ambrose said, eyes looking down. I apologise, father. You saved me, my men, and maybe the realm. They will sing of my actions, he knew. But for the first time in quite some time, he saw a spirit in Ambrose that he saw from few others. He was reminded of the actions of his own father. You owe me no apology. I congratulate you for what you did. Ambrose looked up, visibly shocked. Thank you, father, but I should congratulate you, for you fought a dragon. Though pain came with it, Florian laughed. I did, and what of it? Is the war done? No. And I did not kill it, though with any luck I may have killed the rider. How are we progressing? I was able to rout a host coming from Dawn, and we are pushing them back on from all fronts. Lord Danes has secured the border along the Reach, and the Stormlands will stay out. Ambrose answered. We are looking to surround them. We only need a final location. Florian shifted from his seat and moved up, struggling to keep his balance. Ambrose jumped up to his feet, though a maester reached Florian before and guided him to the map. He looked at the table, and the map spread out beneath, the small figurines representing the hosts. He outstretched his hand and moved the Lannister one. We push them here to open the fields and crush them. Send word to all our commanders to not engage them. I want a complete destruction of their host between three sides. The guard nodded and rushed out the tent. Florian turned to Ambrose. How long until we reach it? Ambrose walked over and looked at the map, slowly answering. A week at most. Florian smiled and looked at the maester. That will do. In 2 weeks I want to be ready to fight again, rid of these bandages and able to lead my men into the field. The maester stuttered out a reply. But, your grace, you're in no way. Then make it that I am fit. Do what is needed. That is a command, Florian said, cutting in quickly. The maester stopped any further protest and looked down, slightly bowing. Yes, your grace. Florian turned towards Ambrose. Spare me your protest. I am a king, and a king leads. But more than that, I am a man, and a man wants vengeance.